Hey Future Millionaires, it's your girl Kerri and welcome back to My Money Tree. Here we talk all things finance and I inspire you to plant your own money tree. If this sounds like something interesting to you, please consider hitting that subscribe button and become part of the family. I want to give a big shout out to all the new subscribers that have showed love and commented and are following me now on this journey. It is so appreciated and I am so grateful for all of the support and love you have shown. I have been wanting to start this channel for quite some time now, and of course when I record and it's not perfect, I don't upload it, but all of the love that I've gotten thus far has shown me that this was the perfect time to get started, and I'm glad that I did. So thank you all. So today, we're going to jump right into it. I am a day late and $1 short on my budget as far as uploading this video and even in my budget. No, I'm just kidding. We'll see what plays out today for my budget. But I only say that because this is about the 4th time I have recorded this video. I am a noob at budgeting, and I also am a noob as a content creator. So this past week has been a struggle. Now, this is for one of two reasons. One, either because every time I went to sit down to film a video, my numbers were totally off, and after I was editing the video, things would make sense, and then I would go back and make adjustments, and then I would refilm the video. I did that several times, and then there was a couple issues as far as the way that it was filmed and being able to edit and things coming out blurry. So long story short, I am not going to be filling in and writing in the different budget breakdowns for this week because, again, I've already did this several times, and I just want to stay consistent as far as when I'm uploading on Wednesdays. So today we're going to check in on my first bi-weekly budget breakdown for the month of August. We're going to close that out, and then we are going to get into the budget for the second pay period of August. Now, I did say that I was having some struggling as far as the calculations for budgeting, and I also realized and found that there are separate ways that you can budget when you are either on a salary and you have a fixed income, or whether you are paid as like someone that's commission based, or you have a variable income. So for me, I was trying to budget as far as a salary based budget, and although I do receive a salary, my hours are never the same, so my income is variable. So that's another thing that I learned this week as well. So all these different things I'm just implementing as I go on this journey, and hopefully I can share some tips that you guys can implement on your journey as well. And if you already know these things, awesome. If there's any other tips or something that I missed and you think that it would help the family, please leave a comment down below and let us know what your advice is. So we're going to start off with the checking in and closing out the first pay period of August. So this is my monthly breakdown. This is the first pay period breakdown. Okay, perfect. So another thing also that I am in the process of doing as well is becoming more organized. As you guys can see, I have this small little notebook that I purchased from Five Below. I don't have a regular financial planner because I didn't have the money to put out, and I kind of wanted to customize it to make it my own anyway. But the bright colors on here caught my eye, and they inspire me to want to open the book and to carry it around. So I was like, we're going to go for it. So I initially did start off by writing all my things, my income, my expenses, my savings, subscriptions, debt, on all different pages, and then I didn't like the way that layout was. I like one whole overview so I can see what's going on in one spot. So then I just wrote it on a loose leaf and stapled it in here. So that's why this looks like this. But again, I am in the process of building templates on Canva that are customizable for what works for me. So that will be in the next coming videos. I am also having printer issues, so that's a whole nother task that I have to tackle. But if you are a noob like me, one piece of advice that I would give is just start. So it does not have to be perfect. It does not have to look pretty. You don't need different financial binders or budgeting envelopes or different budgeting apps. Like, you don't need all these different tools and things that cost money. Literally just write it with a pen and paper and get started. So, and honestly, I'm taking that advice for my channel as well. I have filmed so many videos, and not that I'm a perfectionist, because I'm far from perfect, but I do have a set of standards. Like, come on, this is going out for the world to see, and I don't want it to be all crazy and me sounding crazy. So that's why, again, I am refilming all this all over, and next time I do another video, I'll be a little more in detail. Hopefully it'll be a little more organized, and you guys, it may be a bit more aesthetically pleasing. Woo, that was a lot. Give me a like, guys. I'm trying super hard to stay consistent, learning new editing skills, learning new budgeting skills, working multiple jobs. So it is rough. If you moms or anyone out there can relate, comment down below what your hustle is right now, what you're learning new, and even what your goals are. So, you know, clearly I'm doing all this for financial freedom, to build another side hustle, for more income, to increase my income. So it's a lot. I'm super grateful though for the opportunity and the ability to do so. So yeah. Okay, enough rambling. Let's get into this. So this is my monthly breakdown for August. So I do a monthly breakdown, like the whole overview of the month, so I know everything that needs to come out and all the income that I can expect. And then I also filmed, in my last video, you can check out the first bi-weekly budget breakdown, which is here. So we're going to check in on this and then close it out. So also, one of the things that I learned as well is I came up with these little checklists of steps that I need to take just to remind myself what I need to do to make sure my numbers are adding up and I'm not forgetting a step. And again, I don't know if it's just me or if this is moms in general, but I tend to move very quickly, and I find that I can overlook things, or even it can be something very simple, but it throws everything off after that. So this is to help me to slow down so I'm not forgetting anything as I'm, you know, speeding through. Sorry, so okay, again, bi-weekly budget check-in. So what I did was I just went into my bank account and I checked to see what the actual income deposits were that were deposited into my checking account. And when I created this budget, I already received my job income, and so that was the same. The amount that I estimate versus what the actual amount is was correct. Then I have my side hustle, so I estimated it to be $120 for the month, and it was $165. Awesome. And then I also check my gas reimbursements, and yeah. So boom, that was done. I was up. Why did I write this? Honestly, we're not even going to look at these numbers right now because I don't know if this was an older. Oh, you know what? This was the older one. This is the newer one. I was going to say, because these numbers are not looking like they add up. But it's still, let's see. Did I? Yeah, it's still the same concept. So income deposits, boom, that was correct. Bills paid. So then I go through to see what expenses were what expenses were expected to come out, and I just go through and literally check off, okay, Progressive came out, Netflix came out, and I go down the list. Perfect. That was done. Then my expenses that were paid. So you'll see for this budget breakdown for the week of the 18th, I actually changed these categories that I created because, again, I am a noob and certain things that I put may not actually flow as easily as I want them to. So that's what I learned with this one as well. So I actually created a new category for just my expenses, as you can see here. So I have my bills, then I have my expenses, and then I also have my gas funnel system. I'll explain that in a minute. My sinking funds and my savings challenges. So for my expenses, that would include things such as home supplies, pet supplies, beauty supplies, and then my September reserves for next month, and I can explain that in a minute as well. But I just go through to see all the expenses that were paid. So I carry this with me everywhere I go so that when I'm out, and again, please excuse the sloppiness. Again, this works for me for now. As long as I have the numbers down, I know the date that things are coming out and what it was for. I'm good with that for now. So these are all the daily expenses that I pay. So I just write the date, what it was, and the amount. And then when I'm reviewing my expenses for the pay period, I add them up and I see, and then I just compare. What did let's see. Hold on, let me flip to here so you guys can have a better view. So what the amount was that I budgeted it for versus what the actual amount was. So for here, my expenses I initially had as home supplies $70, and it was actually $162. So that was totally off. Pets, $60, and it really came out to be $42. That was good. And then you can see I also planned to put money away for my kids' allowance, a property investment, and those things I crossed off because, again, well, I don't know if I said this or not, but we are a family of 5 and we are on a low budget. We are on approximately a $2,000 a month or less sometimes budget. So every dollar counts, and honestly I would have preferred to put this money into an emergency fund or even our Christmas fund instead of this. So although these are something that I am going to ultimately start investing in, for now I'm just crossing them off. And then you will also see I added beauty expense because after I've reviewed everything that was coming out, I realized that a beauty expense is something that I need to account for. So beauty is actually for me and my daughter. I don't go splurging on getting my nails done or my hair or makeup and stuff. These are literally from Family Dollar. They were $5, these press-on nails. But it's more so for my daughter. She's 15 and she does need a bit more like face washes and body scrubs and such. So I allow her to splurge a little bit on that. So I did, for this second bi-weekly budget, I did some money for that because it was coming out anyway. So, I mean, if it is what it is. If the money's coming out, then I have to budget it for it. Just because it's not written on paper doesn't mean it's not coming out. That's something I had to learn as well. I thought like, oh no, I'm not going to pay anything for beauty, so I'm not even writing it down. Well, that doesn't work like that. It came out anyway, girl. So, okay, so then all the expenses, we went through and I determined what the actual costs were. And then I go through that money as well. So here I was over and then here I was under. So I see what the amount was that will either be rollover or that was negative so that I can adjust my budget for the following week accordingly. And then lastly, I go over my Capital One charges and my Open Sky charges. So there are 2 credit cards that I have, and I use these for my gas expenses. So for work, I have to put money out for the gas expenses, and then I am reimbursed that money. So I use my credit cards for one of 2 reasons. One is to keep track of the gas expenses that I am putting out for work, and then 2, to begin to increase my credit. So I have a little hack that I'm trying out. I will let you guys know if it works or not, but I am using the full so I put out approximately $500 a month in gas expenses. On my Open Sky, I have a $400 limit, and on my Capital One, I have a $200 limit. So I use all of that money, almost the full 100% of the credit that is on each credit card, to pay for my gas expenses. But here's the trick. I put the money away, so I have the funds sitting in a reserve account, my Chime account, so that when the bill does come in, I am able to pay it. But I pay 80% of that full amount before the closing statement date. And then I pay the additional 20% on the actual pay date. And I do this because before the closing statement date, whatever, if you pay that 80%, it is not, what's the word? It is not, it doesn't show up on the credit bureau as a debt because it was paid before the closing statement date. So that's a little hack that I learned. I'm gonna see if it actually works, and I will let you guys know. So, I don't know if I finished. So only the 20% is what actually shows up because that's the amount that is sent to the credit bureau, and then that's when the pay date is due. I hope that makes sense. If not, comment down below and I can explain a little better in another video. So this is my funnel system. So I just go through and check off, okay, what was the total charges for my Capital One? That was $302.40. So 80% of that would be $241.92, and that is due now. So I need to pay that now. And then the other 20% is $60.48, and that is due on September 11th. And then I do the same thing for Capital One. $143.83 was the total that I put on there, and 80% of that is $115.06. That's due August 22nd. And then the 20% is due on September 16th, and that's for $28.77. And then I check my Chime account. So again, this is the account that I hold my gas money reserves in. And I just make sure that after I see what the total charges were on my card, I make sure that I put that amount in my Chime account. So it's just sitting there waiting for these dates to be paid. And then we have sinking funds. So I have an emergency fund and a Christmas fund. I would like to be able to put more into each of these, but for now, this is all I can afford, $33 each pay period. And I did put that in last pay period. So between last pay period and then this one, it will be $66 in each. And I am working on the 52-week challenge. So last week it was $5 and this week is $5. So I have $10 total. And I am also working on the penny challenge, but I do think in the next coming videos I'm going to adjust this because I don't think I want to do the penny challenge. There's another one that I saw. I forget the name of it now, but if I adjust this, then you will see that in my next check-in video. And I'll let you know what I do with that. But for now, for the penny challenge, it was just $5 for the month. So this week I actually don't need to put anything in. So after we add after I look at the income, we add that all up, it equals to $1,155.87. And then we add all of the bills, so $238.63, plus my expenses, $776, plus my sinking funds and savings challenges. So that total for all those expenses is $1,085.63, which leaves us with a $70.24 cushion. So I know a lot of budgeters do a zero-based budget, and maybe one day I will do that. Initially, that was something that I was trying to do, and I learned the hard way that when you have a variable income and you're on a low budget, and you're a noob at budgeting, the zero-based budget honestly is not realistic for me, because number one, my expenses are variable, so the numbers are changing. Number two, I am new, so I am still trying to figure this out and what categories I need money, where I can save money. So I don't really want to have a zero-based budget. I like to have a cushion. And then what was the other reason? I forget. But anyway, you get the point. So boom, that's done. We checked in, we closed out our first bi-weekly budget. Whew, that was that took me a week and a half every day going hard, filming and refilming, and it seems as if I've been budgeting for months already. So let's push this to the side, and now we are going to pull out, oh, here, our second budget for the month of August. So again, I actually filmed a video of me writing all of this in and adding everything up with you, but we'll just go over it now, and in another video I'll be able to fill it all in with you. So for my job, I was paid $879.40 on the 18th. Oh, you know what? I just realized I was just reviewing with you guys. Hold on, I might have to X all that, because I just realized that I was showing you the week, the week of August 18th instead of August 4th. So all this was the same. My emergency, my Christmas fund, my 2 challenges. The only difference is let me see, the rollover. Oh no, so I reviewed with you the income versus the expenses with a $70 cushion. That was false. That's for this week. Actually, the rollover, let me make sure that's right. That's what I put. Okay, yeah, so $156.47. I'm sorry, guys. So the rollover from my first biweekly budget breakdown was $156.47. So again, I added all the bills, all the expenses, and my sinking funds and savings challenges. As you can see, this one is super sloppy, which is why I was a little confused. So this one I did a little bit neater, hopefully. So sorry about that. I just realized that. I'm glad I did catch that. But anyway, so, okay, so we're expecting Liberty Mutual, my car insurance, Adobe Premiere, my water bill, Apple Storage, Canva, and Guardian. I have the dates listed and the amounts that are due, and then whether the payment is on auto pay or if I have to manually pay it. And then I just totaled that up. So for this month, or this week, it's $238.63. And I don't know, I'm sorry, I didn't finish here. So my job was $879.40, and then the side hustle I'm paid weekly. So on the 21st and the 28th would be $120 estimated. Now when I do my check-in closeout for this pay period, we'll write the actual amounts. And then again, here's the rollover from last week, which is $156. So this total is where the $1,155.89 comes from. Okay, bills we talked about. Now expenses, home supplies, I counted 50, pets 30, beauty 15, My September reserves, $597, and now this is for the first pay period in September. So I will be paid on September 1st, and that check is going to cover my mortgage. I get paid approximately $800, and that's what my mortgage is, $800. So that whole check will be gone. So that's why I needed to start budgeting now for the first pay period bills, which equals $597. And then I also added a one-time bill. So again, I also found that each month there is something that comes up that's like a one-time expense that is due. So for this month it was school supplies, school uniforms, and all that. Next month it'll probably be like Halloween. The following month will be my son's birthday, and then so on and so forth. So I definitely need a category for the one-time expenses that aren't you know, a consistent. And that's $84. So the total for these are $776. And then we did talk about the open sky funnel system that I have going on, but I don't add this as an expense because this money is, wait, do I add it as an expense? Did I put gas? Yeah, I actually have to add that. Wait, do I? Oh yeah, so I just caught something. I need to actually add gas expenses in here. So I wrote what my gas reimbursement will be, the actual amount. I'm not going to estimate what it's going to be anymore because I found that that totally threw me off as well. So I'm just going to write what the real number is and then the dates that it comes out. I'm supposed to get a gas reimbursement once a week. So I'm not writing anything in there for now, but I am going to write gas so that I can set this money aside. So actually, let's put it under expenses. Gas. And how much do I want to put it to the side? Well, I know last pay period, I was way off. So I budgeted $240 for the 2-week pay period, and it was really like $450. But I don't want to put that much to the side, so I'm just going to stick with the $240 again, and we'll see how that goes. So this number has to change. And now you're going to see that my budget is going to be negative. This is what I'm talking about. Come on, Kerri, get it together. Get it together, girl. So 776 plus 240 equals 1,016. So I actually have to change this to here. Okay. Yeah, because I have to have money to put into my Chime account. Okay. So emergency fund, we talked about that, 33 a week, Christmas 33. Now income, that is staying the same. The expense is going to change because I just had to add 240, right? I put 240, not 250. Yep. So let's add 240 to this number, and then we have to adjust it. So 1,085.63 plus 240 equals 1,325.63. Oh geez, this is gonna be negative. It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. And actually, all right, let's see how much I'm going to be negative. $169.76. Honestly, I'm not really even worried about it because somehow it always works itself out. Whether my income turns out to be more or I have a few extra dollars from my side hustle, or my husband has extra money he can throw into this as well. So I'm not really honestly worried about the 169. It is what it is. We'll see how it works out. I'll give you an update when we check in and close out this budget in 2 weeks. So let's see what happens, guys. And this is a realistic budget. When you're on a low income and you are trying to just make it by, it can be done. Stay encouraged that if you are like me and you are on a low income budget, set a goal. No, have a plan, set a goal, stay consistent, and always look for new ways to make more money. And just have faith, honestly. A major thing is that faith that it will work out. So I know it's going to work out. It's been working out. And honestly, if I'm going to be real, I'm in the best financial circumstances that I have been in approximately 5 years. About 3-4 years ago, I had 0 income and it was a rough time. The bills were not being paid. House was going into foreclosure, utilities being shut off. It was a very rough time. Everything happens for a reason, though. I believe I had to lose it all to build a solid foundation, and this is what I'm actually doing. This is the way that I'm learning to build a solid foundation. My relationship with money is a healthy one now. My faith in God is stronger than ever. And I know everything will work out, and I'm in a predicament to grow to financial freedom. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry if this was a rush job. I just wanted to stay consistent with my upload, and I want to get this up for you guys. I'm already a day late and $1 short. Oh, literally $169 short, but it'll be okay. I'm only kidding. Everything will work out. I know it will. Please like this comment. Please like this video. Comment down below what your thoughts are on this whole budget. Give me some feedback, any tips or tricks if you've been in this, or if you're a noob like me. I hope you found some kind of value in this, even if it's just some motivation to get you started. And just start somewhere, even if your budget is negative. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon.